You called Governor Rick Scott this week.
I called him because of the concern I think that our region has right now about what his ultimate decision is going to be on SunRail.
And what did he have to say to you?
He said it's under review. He said he's got a team looking into it, and he'll make a decision based on what he believes is in the best interest of the taxpayers of the state of Florida.
Did you have the opportunity in your call to argue SunRail's merits, or did you get a chance to hear some of his objections or concerns?
It was a relatively short conversation. I didn't think that arguing, and I know you don't probably mean that term literally, but I didn't think that arguing with the governor would probably be the most effective approach.
What more do you believe that you can do as mayor of Orange County to get the governor to embrace SunRail?
You know, I don't know that there's much more that I can do. I do not know Governor Scott very well. I met him on the campaign trail. I've had 2 meetings with him since taking office. So I don't know what I would need to say or do to influence him. The sense that I get is that he is a very independent thinker, that he's going to analyze this and come to whatever decision he comes to. The only thing that I think I can do is provide him the reasoning for why I think it's a good project and why it should go forward.
As the leader of Central Florida's largest government, what about leading a group or stitching together a group that would include some obvious players, yourself, Dean Cannon, Mike Herodopoulos, Andy Gardner, Tony Jennings, Adam Putnam, Jeff Atwater? What about getting all these people together
and
going
idea.
To see the governor?
I think that's an excellent idea.
Well, this governor says he's all about jobs and economic development, the economy. So you could also put together a coalition of business leaders.
Oh, absolutely.
Has there been discussion with them to approach the governor?
Not to my knowledge. I have
Should
not.
there be?
Yeah, there should be. Yes, there should
Is that
be.
something that you're going to be
Absolutely.
involved in?
Well, it is now. It's a great idea, and I think we can probably start working on that.
The governor talks about SunRail or high-speed rail in the context of an investment, providing return on investment or a system that pays for itself. Is that the right or wrong way to look at passenger rail systems?
The return on investment has to deal not just what it means to the state's coffers or the local government coffers. It also has to involve what does it mean to our taxpayers and their ability to travel. It has to consider quality of life.
But all rail systems, all passenger rail systems require government subsidies,
Absolutely.
do they not?
No, they definitely do.
And many of them are not going to be profit centers. In fact, many of them are going to show a loss year to year. Does that mean that they're not viable and that they should be mothballed?
No, I mean, all of our roads result in a loss if you look at it that way too. There's a cost associated with our roads, just like there's going to be a cost associated with rail. The question is, which do we consider to be, or how do we value that transportation asset for our public, and how much do we invest in it?
There's a concern among many supporters of SunRail that high-speed rail has taken the air out of the room, and that a number of the leading business leaders and politicians in our area are not speaking as aggressively in support of SunRail as they need to.
SunRail is our #1 project. It always has been the most important project for Central Florida, and we need to do what we can to hang on to SunRail. So I think that's shifting.
If Governor Scott does not support SunRail, do you and do other local leaders bear responsibility for it not coming to our area?
I don't think I or other leaders are going to take responsibility for a decision the governor makes. No, I think he owns his decision.
If it doesn't happen, what will that mean to Central Florida?
It will mean that we won't have options for, it immediately means we won't have options for congestion on I-4. It means we won't have options if oil prices continue to rise, as they're expected to do with the uncertainty in the Middle East. And long term, it means that if we want to revisit this decision in the future, we will have an extremely difficult time, because the federal government will be understandably very cautious and tentative about trusting the state of Florida again.